Hello everyone, this is Recon Stewart. Welcome back to Basic Flight Training Qualification. This is Mission 12, Low-Level Flight Plan. Today we'll be following our lead in close trail formation while we navigate a number of waypoints between 500 and 1500 AGL. This is designed to train us to be comfortable flying at low altitudes in order to better use terrain to hide us from enemy tanks or enemy SAMs or AAA. And this is definitely one of the more difficult missions I've had to fly. I have been working on it for about 2 months, maybe, off and on, not religiously. And of course, I did take a break from DCS for a few months, played the new World of Warcraft expansion, and just kind of got burnt out with how difficult this mission had been, and stopped playing for a while. But I'm back, and I've also joined a virtual fighter squadron built on around the A10, so I'm very excited about that. Should be seeing some new videos in reference to my training classes and check rides through that squadron. But without further ado, let's get started and knock out basic flight training so we can get on to the advanced flight training qualification. Alright, let's get going.
Welcome, cadet. Start up your bird and meet me at the runway. Our departure time is 0630.
Close the canopy. Alright, override shut. Actually, let me turn on my flood lamp here. Gun safety on. IGI HQ TOD as required. IFF antenna both. KY58 is off. Let's set Batumi radio station here in our Fox mic, or excuse me, VHF or Victor or front radio, 131.0. Flap emergency aft, flap flight controls normal, aileron and elevator normal, speed brakes aft, pitch roll trim normal, SARS SAS override normal, refuel status and index lights full, invis lights off for now, master throttle switch on my throttle, you can't see it but it's right here, aft, throttles are off, flap position is set to up, speed brakes are centered, APU is off, engine ignition normal, engine flow fuel left and right normal, boost pumps on, emergency handle functioning, landing gear down, landing taxi light off, armament off, safe, 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 off. We'll turn that to night, off, off, off. Standby attitude indicator is caged. We'll go ahead and reset our accelerometer, test our fire handles and our discharge switch. Auxiliary landing gear working, and breakers look good. AC gen power left and right on, countermeasure system off, IGI and CDU off, bleed air and main air supply on. Not going to mess with TACAN or ILS today. Position light set to flash. Let's turn on some formation lights, and we'll also turn on our interior lighting. Okay, now we're ready for turn on our battery, turn our UHF uniform or mid radio, inverter switch set to standby, Fire detect system working. Signal lights working. Gear lights are on. Fuel check. Working. Oxygen on. Oxygen indicator test. Functional. APU switch. Starter up. Waiting for this dial to get to 100.
Don't skip any checklist items, Cadet. The bird has to be fully mission operational to pass this performance check.
Left fuel pressure light off. Alright, APU gen powered on, CDU on, IGI on, front radio or Victor radio on, Fox mic or aft radio on, and let's call for startup.
A10c in field 1-1, request startup. Field 1-1. A10c, cleared for startup. Wind 285 at 6 meters per second.
Left engine coming on. Left engine up and running, starting the right engine. Alright, right engine's up and going. Crossfeed off, emergency brake handle in. Let's turn our countermeasure system on. Tizzle, let's cage that. ILS will leave alone, TACAN will leave alone. Defog, de-ice switches on. Signal light test. Let's cycle flaps. They're working. Let's check speed brakes. Speed brakes look to be functioning. Let's check flight controls. Very good. Let's turn on our SAS system. Test it left. And set takeoff trim. Anti-skid switch on. Anti-skid switch off. And still waiting on alignment, so let's get our KICU JTARS IFSIC all turned on. start our MFCDs, start our bit test, and we'll uncage our standby attitude indicator.
Pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude.
Load all. Set our nav and IGI. And we will turn on our HUD. Go ahead and change this to flight plan. Excuse me. Position, ground speed, and flight plan. This will be on CDU. We'll check our dismiss. No carrying, no weapons. And we'll go to TAD. Let me turn down my RWR. Zoom out to 5 miles. Alright, APU gen off, APU off, EAC switch on, radar norm on, anti-skid on, taxi light on, nose wheel steering on.
Atumi, in field 1-1, request taxi to runway. Enfield 1-1, Atumi, clear to taxi to runway 31.
Alright, let's taxi. Batumi, Cowboy 1-1, holding short, runway 31 at Bravo. Alright, engine instruments look good, flaps to 7 degrees, speed brakes are closed, takeoff trim set, countermeasure system on standby. Windshield defog de-ice on, pitot heat on, ejection seat armed, lights switch to takeoff, altimeter set to perfect. Alright.
Atumi, in field 1-1, request takeoff. Enfield 1-1, Atumi, you are cleared for takeoff when ready. Climb 300 at QFE 29.89.
Getting pinged by that F4. 2 F4s. Alright, now we do have to take off at about 6:30. so that we meet our flight lead in the right spot. So while we wait here, you got about a minute and a half, I'm going to set our landing runway at Cavaletti 250. And we're just standing by for one more minute. Here we go. Engines ramp up to 85%. Brakes, brakes, brakes. Rotation is going to be at 130. Rotating. Gear up.
Okay, Cadet, your performance check starts now.
Flaps up. Gonna climb to 200 knots, and then I'm gonna use my pitch to stay at 200.
Fly heading 300 Angel 6 at 200 knots. The hard deck limit is in effect. Do not go below Angels 5 unless the restriction is terminated. Approaching Angel 6. Level out and maintain 200 knots. 040. Maintain Angel 6 at 200 knots. Good. Maintain 040 Angel 6 at 200 knots. Low-level flying is an essential skill for any combat pilot. Using terrain masking is an effective way to avoid enemy detection and attack in a high-threat environment. Keep aware of your position at all times. You're only 2 seconds away from your very own crash site. We're going to play Follow the Leader. You will follow me in close trail formation. Once we enter the MTR, do not exceed the low-level flight restrictions unless ordered to do so. Above all, cadet, enjoy the ride.
Alright, we see our wingman there. See if we can, there he is. He's going to cross in front of us, and hopefully we'll be able to jump in right behind him.
You are now entering the military operations area.
Come on, make that turn, buddy.
Maintain 200 knots. Join on my position. You are authorized to change speed, heading, and altitude as required. The hard deck restriction is terminated.
Springfield 1, passing waypoint 3 at 8,000. Springfield 1, on station at bullseye 308 for 7 at 8,000.
I'm going to do a tail chase here.
Springfield 1, pushing from waypoint 3 at 8,000.
Throttling back, using some air brakes.
Good. We need to make our descent to the MTR starting waypoint and arrive by 0640.
Don't want to lose him.
You are out of formation.
That's what I was afraid of. Now the trick is all
You are in
throttle.
formation.
Minimal throttle control. I'm sorry, minimal movements on the throttle. A little bit of air brake here. He's about to dive. Do not want to run into the back of him or get too far behind. Got to hit waypoint 5 at 0640. A little bit of speed here. We're drifting away. Okay, slow it back down. There's the dive. Slowing down, air brakes out. This is going to be real close here. Getting too close, getting too close. Get some distance. Another dive. Air brakes closed, throttle up.
Springfield 1, passing waypoint 4 at 8,000.
Trimming it out. More throttle.
You are out of formation.
So I was afraid of.
You are in formation.
Enfield 1, passing waypoint 3 at 3,000.
More air brake. You can see under our airspeed on the HUD the required airspeed to hit waypoint 5 on time, which is 227. So we are slowing down, trying to stay with my lead. Not that he's making predictable and steady movements. I guess he just likes to make it hard on me. Alright, we've got a hit in the next 40 seconds. Looks like this is doable. I'm starting to lose my lead. Full throttle. Coming back on the throttle. Looks like we're going to hit this right on time. Now he's going to make a turn to the right here.
Well done. You hit the waypoint on time.
Enfield 1, passing waypoint 4 at 700.
We need to throttle up, and then he's going to hit his air brakes and slow down, and then he's going to go full throttle.
Military training route VR
We're going to try and stay with him. There he goes. I think he's full. I can't tell if he's full throttle or not. Yeah, he's starting to pull away.
Enfield 1, passing waypoint 5 at 700.
That was a quick maneuver. I was a little too close for that. He's pulling away. I'm up full throttle. No, a good pilot would not go full throttle like I am. But I'm not a great pilot. Nor would a good pilot use their air brakes. But I also have a crazy lead, right?
Enfield 1,
That's how I'm going
passing
to
waypoint 6 at 700.
explain my behavior at least. Alright, TVV just in front of my lead, so I can maintain his turn. And you want to keep a close eye on the TAD, because it'll help you anticipate when he's going to roll out of the turn.
Speed it up, cadet. We need to be at waypoint 10 by 0644.
Also, don't fall for speed it up. Just stay with your wingman.
Springfield 1, passing waypoint 5.
Now, on this leg, he is going to
Springfield
climb,
1, on station,
and he's going to do it in 2 burst movements. So what we're going to do, there it is, we're going to climb at 7 degrees steady, increasing our throttle so we can keep up with him, and then we'll level off with him. Make sure that you're not going above 1500 AGL per our flight restrictions. Alright, turning with him. He's going to have a little bit more speed than we are because of his altitude. I'm at full throttle. Staying with him, throttling back, throttling way back. Ooh, air brakes. He slowed way down. Gonna have a turn here. Increasing throttle. Staying with him, come on. Oh, there's coming out of it. He's gonna go up and back down and up again. Now, in this particular case, you gotta watch your AGL. He will screw you.
Notice how the terrain
Now
to
we
our
stay.
right now are out of formation. Enemies on the other side.
We stay here whether we're out of formation or not, because we are not going to let him take us out
Well
of.
done. You hit the waypoint on time.
Enfield 1, passing waypoint.
We are not going to let him take us out of the perimeters and have us fail. So I'm out of formation, but that's okay. Just need to get back in it. He's got more speed than us because he's coming from higher than 1500 AGL because he's a cheater.
Enfield 1, passing waypoint 10 at 1000.
He completely skips that other waypoint. Air brakes, air brakes. Pulling back, pulling back.
You are in formation.
Air brakes shut, staying in. He's rotating. A little bit more throttle. He's rotating again. Stay with him. Stay with him. Alright, he's going to go high again here. Just watch your altimeter. You cannot follow him up above 1500. Pay attention to your altimeter.
Speed it up, cadet. We have to be at waypoint 15 by 0648.
Okay.
You are out of formation.
Do not let him take you up above. You can see I'm at 1250. There's his turn. We're going to stay at 1200. Keep following him, but we're not going to fly out of that.
That completes the low-level flight plan.
All
Low-level
right.
flight restrictions are terminated. Climb to the pattern altitude and contact the tower to enter the landing pattern.
Enfield 1, passing waypoint 13 at 700.
You are now exiting military training route VR1001.
You can see our required speed to hit the next waypoint on time is 212, so we're going to try and maintain 212. Trim out our aircraft, maintain 2,500 feet. And we're still too fast.
Well done. You hit the waypoint on time.
Alright, let's move on to Cabaletti. Set my radio to Cabaletti. And banking to runway 252. Excuse me, 250. Air brakes, throttle back, get to landing speed.
ready. Infield 1-1.
Gear down.
Request landing. Infield 1-1. Cover ready. Cleared to land. Runway 25. Wind
Flaps down.
285 at 6 meters per second.
Altitude, altitude.
Air brakes to get to appropriate landing speed. Air brakes, wheel brakes. Speed brake shut, flaps up.
Enfield 1-1. Taxi to parking area.
Welcome to Cabuletti, Cadet. Take the taxiway on your right. You can park in the first revetment on your left. You have 2 minutes to complete your shutdown procedure.
Safe, safe, safe. Off. Off, 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 off. Iggy and CDU off. Left engine off. Right engine off. Inverter switch. Battery. Radios off. Oxygen off. Boarding ladder deployed.
Shutdown looks good.
Alright, let's see how we did. Now sometimes there's a bug where it won't give us our ending. So
Congratulations, Cadet. You made it through basic flight training in the A-10c. This reminds me of a verse I heard in my training days. Through the desert and across the plains, steaming jungles and tropic rains, no mortal foe can stop me now. This is going to be my solemn vow. I have honor and I have pride. Winning serves me as my guide. This Air Force shocks its enemies, brings them crashing to their knees. Basic training is plenty rough. To make it through, you must be tough.
all right, we made it finally. Oh boy, that was a long ride. Took us a year almost, but we accomplished it, and we're now going to move on to advanced training. Can't even think of a advanced flight training qualification. That's what it is. All right, we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.